Hello, everybody.
I smell that apple.
Hello.
Hi, Papa.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Okay.
What's up? How are you?
It's cool. I'll check out the VOD later. It's fine. I'll see what's up. Everything we do is recorded. Woo!
You're gonna be really disappointed, man.
Am I gonna be? Oh, come on! Don't say that. Don't say that.
Just because it's a waste of your time. That's all.
I know it's not wasting my time. I'm probably not gonna check because I'll forget. Because my brain be soft like that.
Shakes hands.
Yeah. There it is. Shakes hands back.
Yep.
Our business is concluded. So go ahead, check this. Very good here. All right. So we're just gonna go ahead and dive on in today because we kind of ended last session on a bit of a cliffhanger. You all are currently in a lovely diner. Let me go ahead. What?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What?
No, I'm just getting a thing on.
What?
I'm just turning a thing on. Huh?
What?
Yeah, you guys are in a lovely diner. You're currently speaking with, or maybe interrogating. I'm not entirely certain. A young man who has introduced himself as Mel, full name Mel Omen Marco, who just came to some startling realizations, wanting to learn a little bit more about your journey that you've been on, specifically about the manor. You all were confused for a moment that you believed the manor was referred to as the Hellebore Manor, which is also just left up and vanished over here. And yeah. And hold 1 second. I'm being told, yes, we're in DM view. Oh my gosh, I was supposed to grab the other one. Okay, 1 second. Thanks, chat.
They saw everything.
Mm-hmm. By everything, I mean absolutely nothing.
Or
I saw it all.
They saw it
They
all.
saw it all, dude.
They saw the stat blocks.
They're standing behind the curtain as we speak.
Yeah, they're like, hey, what's up? And they're looking and they're going, hey, it's that person.
can I touch that?
Can I touch that? Don't touch that.
What's that do?
A second.
Twitch DMs.
You don't want Twitch DM.
Twitch DMs an episode.
They'll be like, it's poop flies from the sky. Nice.
Love it.
Dude, what you
Love
doing in your DMs, dog? That's
Yeah, what's
nasty. You nasty.
You nasty.
Ooh, poop fly. You nasty.
Nasty. Anyways, so yeah, you upon realization that for some reason Mel has connection specifically with the Cicero banner from season 1, the events that happened when the Prots were trying to chase you all down, and then got viciously murdered by a mysterious specter that haunted the manor while you all made your escape. Mel has some sort of connection with that, and we're going to be learning more. Hopefully, maybe we'll see about that today. Meanwhile, Dash received some unsettling news from Hellebore, that there is a very distinct possibility that Dash's brother, along with Hellebore's sister, has met their demise over in Keld, thanks to Evangeline's involvement. So yeah, everything's kind of in a spot of an unknown. And we also ended our last session with Dash holding on to this. Did you say it was like a broken symbol of Hio, or was it like a symbol? Yeah, this broken symbol of Hio, and made a declaration to Asmodeus, who earlier on had requested Dash to sit upon the throne of Shadow. So when Asmodeus eventually met their demise, the Shadow, or specifically the Shadow Veil, would be kept in check. If it is not kept in check, bad things happen, was essentially the takeaway from that. So, the last thing you heard, Dash, was a voice in your head that said, "It is done." And so, I do believe that is actually where we will start today's session.
Doke.
Today's episode, of course, labeled Decisive Deals, and I figured we would start with one today. So, with that said, one quick moment. Okay. So you've heard the whisper within your mind that a deal was to be struck. And you begin to feel the whisper getting a little louder, perhaps a little more intrusive. And you feel a pulling at you. Not necessarily at your physical form, but specifically at your spirit, your soul, your mind. Almost as if you're about to be pulled into a kind of like scrying trance, as it were. It seems an entity of great power wishes to FaceTime you, essentially.
Who?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, someone wishes to speak with you a little bit about.
Dash goes, hold on, Asmodeus, 1 sec. Someone's trying to contact me, I think.
No, that's Asmodeus. That's Asmodeus trying to reach you. That's what I'm saying. It's like this great power.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think that's it.
No, it's somebody else, I'm pretty sure. I think I would know if it was you, Asmodeus. Hold on.
Say something only Asmodeus would say.
It's me, pick up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. All right, give me one quick second. Okay, so yes, you are receiving a scrying pull, essentially, somewhere that's going to take your mind out for a moment to perceive something else, like your eyes are going to go elsewhere as you are being reached out to communicate.
Can I tell it would probably be in my best interest to like sit down?
I mean, you feel your body getting weak, almost as if you're about to pass out. So as you're getting a little dizzy and you're moving around a little bit, you can absolutely be like, whoa, and then just kind of like lean up against the building.
Yeah, I think because
Go on.
because we had said that he was like in front of a window,
Yeah.
right? So that everybody could keep an eye on him.
Yep.
So I think, yeah, there's a part of him that panics a little bit
Yep.
in a what have I done sort of way. And I think as he's like starting to sit down, realizing he's gonna pass out, he'll look inside at everyone.
The last thing you'll see as you look inside, I believe, is Mel pulling out the recorder and placing it on the table.
Great.
So they're definitely occupied with something that's happening over there.
You know, in a movie when somebody's been like shot by a tranquilizer or something, they're like, guys.
Yep, that's kind of what's happening right
It's
now.
that, yeah. Dash like looks in the window. He's like leaning against it. His lips like smeared up against it. He's like, yeah, guys. And then he like sits down.
What is he doing out there?
Oh
You need medical attention?
And he just kind of skirt down the floor.
Yep, he's just slipping.
Oh my god!
He's just slipped down onto the ground, and lets his brain go bye bye for a bit.
Hey, bye bye. So, back within the diner, then I like that scene of like that's the last thing we see Dash do.
Yeah,
And, like that's the camera's like looking out the window to Dash just like dragging their body down. and then it zooms out a little bit, focus back onto the table with the conversation. Everyone looking over at Mel. And so Mel, you've just placed a recorder on the table, correct? And what was the last thing that you said? Do you remember?
Here's what's gonna happen.
Oh, here's what's gonna happen. Okay, yeah. So you may continue with that train of thought.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna hit this button and you're gonna tell me everything, and I mean everything. Because if you don't, I'm gonna hit another button. He'll gesture to his pack. And the team I'm with will come running. You won't make it off this planet. If you try anything, you won't make it off this planet. I yelled your names. Everyone in this diner sees your face. Everyone on the street sees your face. You won't make it off this planet. Be clear?
I would like to make a roll.
Yeah, I want to do inside check as well.
You can go ahead and make a roll.
While they're making rolls, is Dash actually doing that outside, and is that visible?
Well, it depends. Are you looking at Dash while this conversation is happening?
I believe it.
I'm on the ground by now, I think.
Yes.
I'm under the window probably, right?
Yes, that is correct. But that's the question would be, Elibor, have you been looking at Dash this entire time, or has this event that is currently transpiring on the table have Elibor's focus and attention?
It probably took the focus.
Okay, then you don't see Dash. You're just focused
He's
on...
missing.
You don't know. So, all right. Go ahead and make some insight checks.
Yeah. I will use ear for deceit as well.
Okay. Also, Mel, I'm not going to ask if you're being deceptive or not. I like to keep things a little cheeky. Just go ahead and make a deception check. In case you are.
Yeah, let us know.
Holy
Sent you a message, Nick. Okay. So, as you all are looking around and staring, because this seems very out there, right? This very much seems out there. You all are kind of getting a little bit of your suspicions kind of sinking into you, you know. Victor, I feel like with your insight check, you don't really care one way or another if he's lying. You're just kind of leaning back and enjoying the ride at this point. Is that fair to say?
I think there's an element of, like, because he's a man out of time.
Yeah.
The idea that he could just have a whole team there waiting for us makes sense.
Yep.
It's not so that he believes him. He just also is a bit like nonchalant about like, oh well, here's another reason why we're a bit fucked.
Yep. Ares, I think the same for you, as you're kind of staring over at Mel. You're not entirely certain of Mel's intentions, but you do see a dead seriousness within his eyes. And then we get to Logan, who is kind of like, I think in the back of your mind, Logan, you feel like there's some sort of trick in play. There's some sort of trap. Many individuals have puffed their chest in a way to get what they need done, including, you know, fabricating some things. But even with your check, as you're staring into the eyes of Mel, whether he has this ability or not is yet to be seen. What's alarming to you is Mel believes it, that he can go ahead and very much get a squad down here to take you all in.
Can I do a follow-up roll then?
Depends on what the role is.
Follow-up roll would be eye for detail. Does his equipment actually work? Is there flashing lights or indicators? That means that, like, sure, he can believe it, but if it's not going to work, then, like, why would I worry?
Fair enough. I will say, because of the crit that you rolled, I will give your eye detail an immediate success. And yes, the equipment is very much active and working.
Can I? Boy.
Fun way to start an episode.
Yeah. I want to see if I can use my roguey ways
Okay.
to under the table draw my shard pistol.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what ability that would be, but I would love.
That would be a sleight of hand check.
Slight me up, baby.
Can I get a perception check from Mel? Okay. So here's what's going to happen. Logan, you currently have the upper hand. You managed to sneak over your shard pistol underneath the table. You've got it pointed directly at Mel. What this will give you, from a game mechanic standpoint, is a surprise. If combat for some reason breaks out in this area, you're going to be able to get the first shot. That shot's going to be made at an advantage. And then we will roll initiative as normal. Sound good?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, you do have the upper hand when it comes to combat, but we will see what happens now. But yeah, so that is the information that I've went ahead and given you all. Mel is very serious about what they say, and it is starting to feel like you guys might be in a little bit of trouble here with the law if Mel gets involved.
Quick question. Mel.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm sorry.
Well, we save you from the box you're in, invite you out for a lovely meal, and this is the repayment?
He'll look at you incredulous, completely thrown by the fact that you would even ask that question.
Logan, looks over and is just like, I'm sure our tiny friend here is quite upset with you.
What?
Exactly.
Halibor's flipping through his spell book, just pretending like this isn't happening. He doesn't want to deal with it.
What would you like to know?
I want a full confession.
Okay. From which point onwards?
For the sake of brevity.
He'll look around at just how public this place is.
You're in a public place. There's people outside moving around. You're definitely in a quieter part of the diner, so as long as you're not speaking in yelling tones, let's say, you believe you have enough privacy.
Let's start with all the prots you killed.
If you
Big
need
killity.
Hold on. If you need a confession, then you call for your team and they have no reason to bring us in, no? If you need us to confess, then it sounds like you don't have enough evidence to say that we've done whatever you are assuming we've done.
If I call my team in, you're all dead.
Ah.
Typical.
So what happens if we confess? What happens if we tell you everything? Are we dead still?
You get to tell your story in front of a jury, in front of the families.
Point of order. We did just have a conversation where we mentioned that an alien infiltration has arrived and taken over the highest levels of government and potentially prods themselves, and I'm not sure we get a fair trial.
So that's still the story you're going with. That's...
Unfortunately, it's the truth. But you wish us to confess? Very well. Remind me, everyone. We've killed so many people. Did we kill any plots, or was that all of my father's doing?
No, I killed my partner, but admittedly he was some sort of monster creature, so...
Yeah, no, you killed the thing that
Wait,
was
wait,
inside
hang
of
on.
him.
That's true. I did do that.
Now we'll hit the record button.
The low battery light shines on. I'm just kidding.
Now, if you hear us out and you give our story a little bit of credit, you give us a chance to explain.
That's what this is.
Good.
You only get one.
But you have to extend your belief. Because everything that has happened to us is rather unbelievable. But if you do manage to join our little merry squad here, and you do take into account what we say, you'll be able to uncover the greatest of all cover-ups. You'll be able to bring in the true criminals of this city, far beyond a few dead guards. But you have to extend your belief.
There's a brief moment of silence while he stares at Victor. And very slowly, he'll reach up and you'll hear disengaging sounds as he lowers the mask, sets it on the table.
I gotta get art of you. Ooh, wait, you do have one with your... 1 second.
And then just as slowly, he'll reach over to the plate of bacon that was for Eugene and take a piece.
Okay, you could have, like, asked if you could have a piece. Now Eugene's upset.
What, I like him more now that I know that he eats.
I'm listening.
Let me ask you a question. Who is your commanding officer?
If you need a moment to create one, or if you'd like me to create one, feel free to let me know.
Jace Snowglobin.
Holy.
He's an artist and a sculptor.
I'm gonna leave this up to Snake. You want me to do it?
Franz Worthington.
Luther Bandermuzzle.
That's him. That's him right there.
Hunk Chudley.
At this point, you should leave it up to Jesse, apparently.
Yeah. Jonathan.
Steak Beef Bottom.
Jonathan.
God damn it.
Jonathan Boss Guy. No, give me 1 quick second, please. I just want to get, because we do actually have art assets without the mask.
Snork Finkelstein.
There
What's
we-
Boss
That's
Baby's
him.
real name?
That's Boss Baby.
That's Boss Baby. Gabriel
that is
Boss
it.
That's
Baby.
BB?
Yeah.
That's BB Boss Baby?
Okay, so you want me to create something, correct?
My God, his name actually is just Boss Baby. What the fuck?
Okay, give me a moment, please. Okay, I have to access the computer in my mind.
So I'm
His brother's
gonna
name is
send you a
Tim
message.
Templeton, though. That's pretty good.
Wow, his parents named his brother, not him.
Yeah, he's literally, if you read the plot on Wikipedia, it's like, in the 1970s, Tim Templeton, a creative 7-year-old, is taken aback when his new baby brother, Boss Baby, arrives.
Jesus
He
Christ.
doesn't have a
Oh
name.
my god.
Okay, I do have a couple of questions for you, Snake. So
I'm sending you a quick message.
Oh yeah, sure.
Kaylee Bellagamba.
His name's Ted Templeton. I found it. Okay, keep going.
Oh, the brother? But best Boss Baby?
Boss Baby. His name's Ted. Okay, go.
Chance Clusterbuck.
Oh, alliteration. Cool.
I was thinking of one. I had to get one.
Yeah.
I'm asking Snake some questions.
That's all good. I got names for you. Daft Cummings.
Ooh.
I do like Daft Cummings. That one's really good.
Thank you. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Gears are turning.
I do have a name, but I want to wait for getting all the information from Snake.
Francis Hardbody.
Francis Hardbody.
Where did that family name come from?
You know, the Hardbodies.
Francis.
I want
in the
Jesse. I want Jesse to make a world and DM it, and I want to interact with all the NPCs. And
Fanny Everhard.
just to ask what these names,
That's
what
very
their
British
names
name.
are.
I just know
Oh
he
my-
sat there thinking about more.
Oh my god, guys. I went back to our Deadbeats chat to look for the pin that had all of our like code names in
names?
it
Mm.
from the very beginning of the campaign. And instead I found our list of names that Deadbeats was going to be called.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
all of
wow.
our
And I'm
guest names. I
remembering
saw that.
FBIO and I'm like, oh,
Could've been.
I definitely don't
I
remember
remember.
that.
that was one of Dodger's suggestions was
I know.
FBIO.
FBIO, Jesus Christ.
Incredible.
We were almost FBIO. We could have been.
Almost, man. What a shame. What a crying shame. All right. Yeah, I'm already imagining this leader. Yeah, so your squad leader's name. I will give it to you. Boom. And there it is.
Who asked the question?
I did.
It was me.
I did.
Wyvern collar.
Can I make a roll?
You sure can, buckaroo.
What would I need to roll in order to know if I know that name?
Oh, ooh.
Yeah, I also want to roll that because we both were prots.
Okay.
Having been in the business for quite some time.
Oh, that's really good. Shit. I would. One moment, please.
Yar.
Yeah, just give me an investigation. Give me an investigation check.
Gravy.
Gravy indeed.
Me too?
Yeah, absolutely. I have to move my character down so people can see the roll. Jesse definitely rolled like a fucking champ. That I did see.
I've been there for a while.
Oh, Ares also rolled like a fucking champ.
You've been to his house for dinner.
I met his wife, his kids.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Beldar Wyvern Collar is a no nonsense prot that kind of works with the with like more of like the assault teams. They're the ones that get sent in when heavy lifting and probably some combat is about to break out. Beldar is Beldar is kind of one of those, like, holier than, like, imagine a paladin who's, like, holier than thou, right? But they're an asshole about it. Like, they very much are, like, you know, I do good, so whatever I do is good. And no one, like, those kind of individuals. So, yeah, that, and so Beldar being a squad leader, or being assigned to lead a squad, would suggest that you've definitely entered the dead or alive section of being caught. If you are shot and killed while being tried to be brought in, that would be understood. If Beldar is the one calling the shots. Beldar is not a diplomat. Beldar is the heavy.
Gotcha. Do I know Beldar at all? Or do I just know of Beldar?
Honestly, I would leave it up to you. It really depend. I would really ask, like, was Logan being chummy with all the prots? Because Beldar's like new guard. You know what I mean? Like, Logan is definitely part of the old guard. It's been around for over, well over 20 years. So it really depends on, like, after all the events that happened to Logan, would Logan have continued to preserve those ties, or would he have just been kind of on his own because he self-isolated himself?
I mean, you described him as an asshole.
Yes.
And a no-nonsense guy, and I feel like of all the people, that's the only type of person Logan would actually appreciate.
Yeah. So
because he wouldn't bullshit him. So I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. So I mean, I would say you haven't had the pleasure of working with him personally, but you probably would have had the opportunity to interact with him a couple of times at, like, the Prot holiday dinners and stuff like that, where everyone gets to the office and there's the punch bowl, and before everyone goes away on holidays and stuff like that. You probably would have seen and maybe interact with Beldar a couple of times, but that's probably the extent of your relationship. Because you're the brains, you're the investigator. Beldar, he's the assault.
All right.
Ares glances over at Logan, and there's just a big old grimace on her face.
Logan smiles. It's like, I haven't caught up. Oh, Beldar. Met him at the governor's ball. Complete asshole. Wonderful conversationalist.
So you're acquainted?
Acquainted is a relative term. We've met once or twice.
Then you understand the situation you're in?
Yeah, of course. No nonsense. I'm sure there's assault teams everywhere in the city looking for us.
It makes sense. It was bound to happen. We've caused quite a stir.
Has been happening. She kind of grumbles. She's kind of over it.
Yeah, I think Logan reads the room as he's just with a group of people who are like, yo, we made it this far. This does not scare us at all. And he's just like, so what should we do? What must we confess to?
You're like, after all the shit we've seen and been a part of, yeah, a dude's gonna stop us? Okay.
Yeah. Logan already has his gun out. Like, he's like, yeah, if this goes down, let's go. It's whatever.
Start with the manor.
Above board. Someone else please start with this, because I do not remember why we went there in the first place.
We were there
See, I remember everything we did there. I just don't remember why.
Yeah, I don't remember why we did it.
No, we went to the manor because...
we heard about the chi weapon in the manor, and that's why we went looking.
Because the prots were there, right?
Yeah. So because it's also been a while for me. Initially, you had gone there because you went over to Southern Ishtar because there was a killing that fit the bill of facade, which was something that Logan wanted to kind of do one last ride, because the facade cases had gone silent for well over 20 years at that point in time. After doing some investigation, you learned that there was essentially a secret, almost like a secret prot lab or like a research facility that they took the corpse, essentially, which was located in the Cicero Manor. And so once the manor was described, Victor was like, oh goody, that's my home. That's where I came from. So pieces were already starting to kind of connect together a little bit. And that's why you guys were heading there, to sort of like figure out what was going on, why it's in a place that was Cicero's house, like what the connections were essentially. And it ended up with a setup, making it look like that Logan and Cicero were both in cahoots with each other.
Sure. Yeah. Logan leans closer to the recorder.
Your name for the record.
Logan Horn. As I was proceeding my investigation in the facade case, I formed a team in order to track down a lead. I'm sure, as you're aware, as a prot yourself, Facade has been a unsolved mystery for quite some time. I have a small stake in that case, and decided that after a recent incident, I would investigate with a team of elite, and he looks around at his team, his operatives, and we determined that the evidence led us to the manor. Upon arriving, we discovered it was in fact a trap set up to apprehend us, or perhaps even kill us. However, we defended ourselves and made an escape. Those in power, who are now, we believe, to be some sort of alien body double thing for an invasion, have set this all up. Turns out even my own partner was involved, so that's fun. And yeah, so actually maybe you should be confessing. Why were you there?
Let's take a few steps back. You said that it was a trap you were set up, so you're saying it was a sting.
Yeah, they had the senator of Zeros's corpse in a little chamber, and then they walked in on us, and then they were like, "Oh my god, you did it! Whoa!"
Actually, I believe that would have been you, yes? Did you say that? Was that you who said, "Oh my god, you did it"? No, oh, whoa. Was that one of your friends?
I did call it. I did. I was like, "Hey, what if this was all a big ploy?" And then they just walk in on us, and we were like, "Oh my god!"
They walked right in. Yes, yes, you were there.
I was
yes,
very right. I watch a lot of cop dramas.
At the mention of you were there, you can see him sort of grip the table a little harder, but he doesn't answer the question directly. So you said you defended yourself against prots in a sting.
Don't use the word sting. You're trying to qualify what this was. It was a setup by an illegal government operation run by literal aliens to murder us and prevent us from solving the Facade case. By the way, Facade, not a person, an organization. How wild is that?
And just to clarify as well, the majority of the killing was done by my father, who I had just learned had, well...
I'm sorry, your name for the record.
Victor Valentin von Cicero, owner of said manor. Rightful owner, I should say. My father, who died quite some time ago, at least I believed, was in a rather unliving form, and in a protective... Oh, mass murder is such a cruel way to put it. A protective father he was to me. He decided to hold off the prots so we could escape, and in doing so, likely... let's call some viscera.
So if we want to get technical, the prots were the one trespassing.
That's
Just
true.
food for thought. Since we have the owner here. Harry shrugs.
And admittedly, it was my crime scene. So, they were damaging evidence. It's actually poor showing on your part.
I'm sorry, he'll point at Ares. Name for the record.
Ares.
Ares. What?
Just Ares.
Right.
Like Madonna?
You weren't there that night. You're not a part of this.
I joined up later, and this is my team. Surely you don't know everything that's happened so far. It's too much to tell. But everything that's relevant, we've told you.
I doubt that. So, let me get this straight. You were led to the manor. You were ambushed by a prod operation, strike team. You defended yourselves against an illegal operation organized by an alien government.
Oh, yeah.
First off, our government with alien infiltrators, not an alien government, like, let's be very clear. Also, those alien infiltrators have managed to infiltrate the actual prot departments, many of which may be actually connected to you. I'm not sure. You were there that night.
Your commander could be a alien wearing
You
a
could be an
skin
alien for all we know.
Ooh.
Oh, please don't say it like that.
I'm just saying, he could be an alien.
I could dissect him, but I could let him know.
Can you prove any of what you're saying?
Well,
Good
if you
question.
come with us, we certainly could. You would have to
Yeah.
trust us.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Oh, don't worry, I'm not trusting you either, but I am offering.
I could disguise self into one of the aliens, but that's kind of like icky bad because we're in, gestures to the restaurant they're in.
Do any of you have anything that might help sell our story?
I
You have
have
any body
hair.
parts? Yeah, I was about to say, do you just have, like, a bunch of body parts?
Let me check my arsenal. I have a lot of hair. Alright, let me see here. I got some hair from the senator. I got some hair from the big freezer full of bodies that we found.
Okay, this is not
in
helping at all.
Clayberry. Have cheek antenna still.
This is actually not
The
helping
liver
our
No,
of
case.
it's
that guy we
maybe-
killed.
It's mainly a lot of hair from the people in the giant freezer that we found.
Could you explain that at least? We are being recorded.
There was a big freezer full of dead bodies
I'm sorry.
that Facade was using, and I took hair samples so that we could actually contact the families and let them know what happened after all this is said and done.
Provide
Your name for the record.
Yes.
Hellebore, like the flower. I am a plant.
As I
Okay.
mentioned, it's been a long investigation.
Let's flip through a bit. Let's jump forward to the Archmon reactor.
Ah. This is when I betrayed you all, yes?
Yeah, fuck you for that, by the way.
Yes, fuck you for that.
I remember.
Seriously, I can't believe that you're here again, honestly.
Yeah, I still want your teeth, by the way. You owe me one fang for that.
Yes,
I
and
mean,
fuck you, by the way.
it was a bad hand of cards, that's all.
Hey, maybe you can give me a tattoo, actually, this time.
I'd be glad to.
But also, fuck you, by the way. Anyway, he betrayed us.
Oh yeah, Piper's not gonna be happy to see you when he wakes up. I would avoid that zone, by the way.
Logan full turns. And by the way, fuck you, by the way.
Yes, I understand. Fuck me, okay? For the record, fuck me. Alright? I betrayed them in this moment to join one Keras.
Who is
Aries wrinkles
where?
her nose.
Oh, she's dead.
Karis, by the way, former prot. Dead. Villain.
So, no different from the rest of you, minus the dead part.
Well, definitely
Quite
betrayed
different.
us. Yes, actually very evil.
Aries seems very insistent on this.
I've never been a prot in my life. Ow.
Fair enough. Different how. Evil how. What were you
Just
doing
looks
at
at
the
Ares
reactor?
like,
Oh, we were at the reactor because there's a big slime god that was trying to blow it up.
Okay, why did the Archmon government let you go?
Because we saved the city.
And that had nothing to do with your little friend that was there?
What friend?
Older guy. Couldn't ID him. Talk to the authorities.
She. Oh, I love him. Actually, wait, I don't love him. He might have known that my mom's a Cosma baby. Wait a second!
It's very complicated.
We need to call him.
So you defended the reactor from what now?
Giant slime thingy.
Oh.
You remember that thing? Did you see that red thing in the sky?
You would have, absolutely. In
Yeah.
fact, the destruction of Clayberry from being completely irradiated by that is, people are still spinning about that.
Is a giant goo ball in the sky.
I feel like we've explained this. I'm not sure what you don't understand. Yes, it's complicated, but also, it is happening. We do live in a world where there's a pickle religion. Pickles are delicious, but I've never seen the value in a religion. Yet here we are. My wife was a very proud believer.
I don't see the value in religion, period. May the gods smite me, even though they're supposedly real.
Did your wife eat pickles? Were they
Love
sacred?
pickles.
Or...
No. They're actually healing properties, I'm told. I never understood, but yes.
I mean, I like
Interesting.
pickles, but they never healed me or anything.
Well, you have to get blessed. Pickle juice, it's a whole
The
thing.
reactor.
Blessed? Oh.
What about it?
How is the slime thing connected to the reactor?
It wanted to
question.
blow it up so it could fucking like wipe the city block or something or shit. It's like that.
Did it feed off the radiation?
The destruction would have blown up all of Kathos.
I cannot stress this to you. We have spent the last Brett, how long have we actually been doing this?
I'd say
in
6
game time.
I'd say 6 months.
We've spent the last 6 months running for our lives while simultaneously defending all of you, especially you, from what is a world-ending threat. Honestly, I just don't have the patience anymore. Either you're with us or you're not. And honestly, I warned everyone down in the basement. I said, this guy right here seems like trouble. And everyone's like, oh no, he's fine. I was like, he has a gun. Like, oh no, he's fine. Let's
I
go
didn't
take
say
him
he
to
was
get high.
fine, for the record. I just said that he might be a source of information. Considering.
Turn off your recording, and we'll be more truthful.
Before I respond to that, Brett, above board,
Yes.
what does the public know about the big slime Clayberry destruction or irradiated thing?
Oh, Jesus. How would the government spin it? Well, yeah, they absolutely would have. The Xeon Corporation, which had a building over in Clayberry, would have taken the entire fall for it. They were working on something that the government stated, rather embarrassingly, something that they were not aware, that they were essentially being lied to from Xeon Corporation, who, once upon a time, many, for the past various of decades, have brought technological advancements and have made the life of Ionians so much better. So that something like this to get away from them, whether it was through sheer ignorance or because they were working on something without the government's knowledge, had made it so that they are, like, the CEO of Xeon Corp, all of Xeon Corporation, is essentially being, in a way, is being persecuted by the Ionian Senate, the Ionian government now. Unfortunately, it was a great disaster that happened to Clayberry. So many lives were lost, and this red glowing star that sort of emanated from the city and shot up into space. I mean, you can actually see now, you can still kind of see off in the distance, you know, way off in the distance, this little red glowing star, even during the daytime. So it was, it's being essentially sold as typical corporate greed. But the Senate's here to help. The Senate's here to help everyone. That's why they were there. That's why they've been elected. They'll make sure that no matter what happens, all will be made whole.
While still looking at Victor, he'll hit the stop button on the recording and to lean in and lower his voice. We got you on murder one for the senator. You are being investigated for your connection to all the prot murders in that manor. Claybear. Everyone here minus Ares here.
Ares shrugs.
You can still walk, by the way, if you give them up.
They're my team, and they're telling the truth.
Suit yourself.
Unfortunately, we are telling the truth, and the other truth that has not been said is that the entirety of that Senate, the entirety of everyone running this place, has already been infiltrated. It sounds ridiculous, and from your perspective, I could probably see it as being us spinning a tall tale to try and get out of something we've been doing. But you have to ask yourselves, why would a group such as us stay together? Why would me, who was convicted for life, with a very well-credited investigator who has a near-perfect record, with several new and older and more experienced prots, among others who've been broken out, work together on something with such vigilance, with seemingly nothing more than mania to drive their cause? Sometimes the easiest solution is the correct one, and that is that we are telling the truth. I would never wish to work with these fine people here. In fact, I took great pleasure in going against everything prots would do on a day-to-day basis, but right now, this is the greater good. And if you are wrong, if you take us in, and we are all captured, imprisoned, killed. If you're right, fair enough. But if you are wrong, it is the end of everything. Everything as you know it. So just extend your belief for one moment. Join us for a little while. See it for yourself. And if we are proven wrong, if you don't believe your own eyes, bring us all in. Throw us into a trial. I would happily go to a trial after this is done. But if you put us away now, and you were wrong, you jeopardize it. Everyone.
Would like to roll insight.
Go for it. And just for funsies, go ahead and roll a deception check.
Would it be deception?
Well, it's more of just like, go ahead and roll it, and even if you aren't being deceptive, you know what I mean? And I think it's fair to say that Victor is being genuine. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think he believes it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of I would say a change, not a change of character, but it you know, Victor during this conversation, and correct me if I'm wrong, has kind of come off a little like, you know, smug, smirk, little stinker attitude, you know what I mean? But this is like the first time that he seems to have some conviction behind what he's saying.
Yeah.
I would say that you would notice, Mel. That something has shaken this criminal to his very core.
And you're all comfortable with letting this criminal speak for you. You'll consent to, if I'm not satisfied with what I see, turning yourselves in.
Oh, I'm not comfortable with what he said, but he's speaking the truth, so to hell with it.
Yep.
Okay.
He'll lean back against a seat and take another bite of the bacon. So what now?
Well, first, we need to come up with a plan of action. That requires the whole team. I would like to look and see what's going on with Dash outside.
All right. Now we go back to what's going on in Dash's head. Woo, woo, woo. Dodger, are you ready?
Oh my god, I was muted. Yep, I'm here.
Okay. It was unmuted. You just hear the crunching of popcorn.
Been talking for an hour. Hey guys.
It was very fun to listen to you guys just try to succinctly explain 3 seasons of
Yeah.
Push.
Which in itself always sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I must stress for the record.
Yes.
This is currently a show where one character has been 3 characters. One character was 2 characters turned out to be a plant. One character betrayed everyone, then came back.
Mm-hmm.
One character has lied to everyone this entire time consistently, and then one character's Dash. I just want to point that out for the record. This is an
The
insane
good boy
group.
gone rogue.
This is this is D&D. This is D&D. That sounds typical for D&D to me.
Literally, the goodest boy is aligning with a freaking demon right now, my dude.
I feel like the only true canon ending should Mel be bringing us all in and just being like, they're all batshit insane.
They're fucking throwing the book at him, dude.
Yeah.
I'll survive 2 life sentences. You can't keep me in here forever.
Literally, the only good man walked away with it, like, I have
Yeah.
a robot kid.
Oh,
He was done. He was done. He's like,
Like, I've seen enough weird
Yeah.
shit, I'm out. The
right,
plant was enough.
Actually, before we switch over to Dash's perspective, let's go ahead and take a small 5-minute break. Go ahead and get some water, use the restroom, all that stuff, and we will be right back.
okay.
And we're back. Hello.
Hello.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. Ding dong, Dash. Ding dong.
Huh?
It's time.
What? Mom?
It's time for
What?
plot to happen. Plot to happen to you. Aren't you excited?
Oh my-
Dave?
Me?
Yeah. I don't know if your gains up, but whatever you said just like got gated so hard because
No!
it was so the pitch or the volume was so loud.
I was
Discord was
trying
like,
to Jar Jar.
yeah.
I was trying to do a ping.
Do a Jar Jar. Do a Jar Jar. Let's hear it.
Misa Jar Jar Binks.
That's good. That's good. Now I got picked. Yeah, Discord was like, I transcribing that. That ain't happening.
I'm really glad I was able to do it.
Gungans no liking outsiders, dude.
Also?
That's true. That's true.
Your Jar Jar sounds like a Teletubby, bud.
It sounds like Stitch.
Oh, Misa Jar Jar Binks.
No,
Yeah.
that's not it either.
Yeah, so, no, that was me trying to do the impression dodge. It's telephone impressions now.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Telephone impressions would be a very good game for a bunch of people that like to do dumb voices.
Honestly, it would be a good like Jackbox game where you're just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Kermie.
All right, we're moving on. We gotta go.
What do you mean we're moving on? Yeah, we gotta do the chopper. What are you doing? Don't mock my voice.
Dodger, I swear to
Yeah.
God, if I teleport you to this map,
Arnold!
You give her Coca-Cola once.
if I teleport you to this map and you're in front of Asmodeus, and then you start being like, get down, I'm gonna...
Asmodeus, you son of a bitch.
Asmodeus, you son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
So just getting it out there. Just get it
my
out.
God.
Get the sillies out. Get the sillies out. We're about to do a thing. We're about to do a
Okay,
serious thing.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm very serious.
Down,
I'm a serious
Mr.
boy.
President.
You're good.
Get down, Asmodeus, get down. Get down.
Who is Asmodeus and what does he do? Okay, anyways.
Happy 4th of July.
Okay, we gotta stop. We gotta go. Okay, let's do this. Serious shit is happening, okay? All right. So,
I'm
you're
exhausted
not...
now.
Yeah, you're good? You're good?
I'm good.
Yeah, good. Okay. You are being currently scryed from the very powerful source as you kind of return back to this shadowy realm. The entity who's referred to themselves as Modius, weakened, sitting on this stone ornate throne, slightly leaning, kind of showing off a little bit of its weakness. Will lean forward to you, sort of a slow, almost like a creaking lean, as if someone is extremely sore. You know what I mean? Like is trying, like the movement, the shifting also hurts a little bit. And you'll hear the creature's voice.
Approach, young Whiskers, so that we may have another discussion.
Yeah, Dash looks around, looks up at him, and slowly comes closer. He's like up on a thing, right? Or am I at the same level as him?
You're kind of at the same level. It's really hard to tell elevation from where you are at, but it's somewhat there as you approach. He'll continue to state.
Fear not, young Whiskers, you are not physically here. I've merely appeared within your mind to something that you were familiar with our previous conversation. I must admit, I am surprised that you reached out to me so soon. Something must have happened.
Yeah.
Tell me everything, young Whiskers. I wish to know how I can be of assistance to you.
There's a woman. She's powerful. I don't know how powerful, but I've known her my whole life, and I didn't know. I didn't realize, and she. Oh, sorry.
Take your time, young Whiskers. I've been sitting on this chair for well over 1,000 years. What's a few more moments? Collect yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Dash will sit.
Yeah, as you kind of sit, it's really hard to describe. The ground itself feels soft, yet feels like nothing. But you're receiving all the support you need from sitting.
I have a really complicated relationship with my family. I haven't talked to them in a really long time, aside from my brother.
I understand complicated family dynamics. You have my sympathies.
I never wanted anything to happen to them, you know? I just couldn't have them in my life. I couldn't be myself or be happy, you know? And I guess I just hoped that they would continue on like normal where they were and
Asmodeus nods, like understanding what you're saying.
there's a woman, Evangeline. She I've known her since I was little. And she was kind of like a mom to me. She let me be more free. She showed me so much love, and all this time she was part of I don't even fully understand it. There's this thing in the sky, and she's part of it. I guess she's powerful, like insanely powerful. And she told us, she said that she had...
When you say there's a thing in the sky, you'll watch as Asmodeus leans in a little more. You know, he's almost as if it was kind of in this like resting position a little bit, listening to your tale, understanding where you're coming from. Then you said this thing in the sky, and he leans in a little more intrigued and says,
I understand you've been through an ordeal, young Whiskers. What do you mean by a thing in the sky?
It's like an infant floating in space.
An infant floating in space. Do you know anything about this entity? Does it have a name? This is very important.
Cosma, I think.
As you say that, he's leaning onto the chair. He's kind of grasped on. His hand is clutching at the armrest of the throne, and as you say, Cosma, you hear the shatter of stone just breaking underneath his hand as he clutches his fist upon.
Dash startles and stands up.
You're dealing with an infant of Cosma?
Yeah, I get part of it, or maybe all of it. I don't... It's beyond me. But we have to do something, and I'm not strong enough.
Already I'm willing to assist you in this task. Young Whiskers, let me tell you a tale of my humble beginnings.
Okay.
I'm uncertain of what
tentatively sit again.
Yeah, I'm uncertain of what you've remembered from your previous life, or what has awakened within your memory. But before I became Asmodeus, before my spirits, once known as the Deep One, joined with the vessel of the Prince of Asmodia, before this entire story was spun, I went by a different name. I was Astari. I was known as Levin. I was a leader of my people, of fellow Astarians. I used to live on the very planet that you exist on right now. I am part of the original Io, the original Ionians, before everything was destroyed. Everything was ruined. You see, young Whiskers, I'm sure there's many books that have spun tales of my ambition, how I wish to bring suffering to the Ionian people. But I was once a man of peace. I believed in negotiation. I believed in diplomacy. I believed common ground can be found between our enemies. I did once believe this. Until then, outside civilization, filled with ambition, seeking power, attempted to invade my planet. These people were known as the Aurorans. In an attempt to colonize our planet, we, the Astari, denied them that privilege. We informed them that they could stay up amongst the stars or simply find another planet that had not been occupied. But because our planet had shared the same characteristics, the same environment as theirs, the Aurorans figured that Io was to be their, as they called it, second Earth. And so we went to war. The Aurorans, having recently lost their planet, expended on resources, we knew that their forces would dwindle. And that is when they turned to a different power. By the aid of my son, Lagos, they awakened a great threat known as Cosma, an entity we had sealed so long ago. The Aurorans, my son, brought this threat back so that they could win a battle, so that they can claim our home. And with Cosma's power, myself, along with all of my people, the Astari race, were punished for our transgressions against Cosma. Our vessels sundered, our bodies cast into the astral veil, and our spirits,
And emotions all around.
cast here into the shadow. And that is what I took on a new name. The Deep One. I wish to reclaim Io for my people. Until your ancestors reclaimed Io for themselves. Completely changing the very face of what was once my home. I am more willing to be a footnote in history, but I will never forgive what Cosma has done, not only to all people, but to yours as well. So you were telling me, young Whiskers, that a Cosma child is threatening you?
Yeah.
He'll tap on the other side of the throne a little bit with his left hand, kind of tap, 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 tap. almost as if to think, and he leans back a little.
And if I were to help you, you would sit on the throne?
Dash will pause. Yeah. You said someone's got to, right?
I'm afraid so. 1,000 years ago, the Shadow Vale was a purgatory for my people, the sundered spirits of the Astari race, when Cosma came and claimed all of our lives. The Vale itself was a plane of madness. It wasn't until order was instilled by myself and other Lords of Shadow that we were able to claim this Vale as our home. And over the past 1,000 years, the Astari spirits that have now claimed and grown new bodies have made a living for themselves here. But that is only because order is maintained. Someone must always be sitting on the throne, young Whiskers. And my time soon is coming. Those who do not have the mark of Asmodeus are unable to sit here. But as I have told you before, because of our past crossings, of a previous life that you experienced, your soul, young Whiskers, has my mark, which means you are able to take this throne once I pass on. It is a responsibility that is not only lifelong, but eternal beyond that. Do you understand what is being asked of you? You're fated to this throne. But in exchange, the Shadow Vale doesn't return to its haunted purgatory of madness, vengeance, and anger. And now that there are tears on your planet of Io that lead into the Shadow Vale, your planet would be easily invaded by these lost souls. I'm not asking you to help my people. I'm telling you that you must save yours.
Look, I'm not very smart. I don't think I could even really understand what eternity is. Trying to think about it, but if you're telling me that you can help me save my family, maybe help my people, then I can pay it back. I can sit there and help your people and mine at the same time. I can do that.
Good, young Whiskers. Very good.
You'll watch as he kind of shifts his position again. You know, he's been kind of leaning, just trying to keep himself comfortable as he's like moving around and looking at that, like looking towards you. And he kind of straightens himself up a little bit. This pained pose that he was once taking seems to be more focused. And you will watch as he slowly stands. And as he does, you'll watch as his form shifts. And as he's standing up above you now, almost 20 feet tall, he will look down over at you. And he will state,
Yes. I do believe that you are worthy of my power, young Whiskers. You're more than just a seat of the throne. that mark you have upon your spirit will grant you such wondrous power that you will be able to defeat your enemies. And I will be with you as I wish to slay all the children of Cosma for what they've done to my people. And so, young Whiskers, if you wish to take my power, I will give it to you. However, unfortunate as it may be, I must ask for one more favor from you. And that is so that I am able to unlock the power that is hidden within your soul. Your companion, I believe you call him Hellebore. He has something of mine, a necklace. He currently wields it like a hammer, and sure, you can destroy a few buildings with that. But the necklace of the Deep One, the amulet that he wears around his neck, is a pristine and fine tool. In my hands, I'll be able to give you the power that you seek. All I ask is you return it to me, its rightful owner. Is that not fair, young Whiskers, to return something of mine?
I'll do my best. Yeah.
I'm afraid, dear boy, that this is not for negotiation. If you wish to receive my power, I'm afraid I will need that necklace.
Okay.
But I promise you, with that in hand, I will give you everything you need, the tools that you need at your disposal to stop this child of Cosma. This I swear to you.
And I'll get it.
You will watch as he will return back to his Astarian form and just kind of go, yes, very good then. All right then, the deal is struck. Return the necklace to me and I will give you what you seek. You may return now. And, yeah, with that, Asmodeus will miss the spell of scrying, returning you back and waking you back up. So let me take you here. And yeah, so you will you will awaken back up over your body slunched over, either just kind of like crouched over, leaning against the wall, a little bit of drool kind of like going down the side of your face, all as if you had like this deep like this deep sleep, like the deepest sleep you've ever been in.
Yeah.
And yeah, I believe that would probably be where Hellebore, you said you guys were just asking like, where's Dash? So, Hellebore, would you be getting Dash, or would someone be getting up to look for him? Because he's definitely not at the window anymore.
We're down to him, but do we want me to go look for him?
I too would like to do that. I stand up from the table, revealing to everyone that I've had my gun drawn the entire time on Mel. And then I just put it back in the holster nonchalantly and start to walk towards the door.
Okay, he's got it.
Yeah, so as you go outside, Logan, you'll kind of see Dash sitting there. And he looks tired.
He's panting. He seems like kind of scared almost.
Are you okay?
Hey. Sorry, he'll sort of stumble to his feet.
Do you need something to eat? Are you peckish?
Yes, yeah, can I eat something?
Of course. There's plenty to eat inside. Please. Are you sure are you okay?
Yeah, I'm he'll look in the window. Is everything all right with him, or?
Everything is as fine as it will be, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
Can I roll an eye for detail?
Sure. I mean, yeah, you can clearly see he's unwell. His mind weighs heavy.
Is there anything I notice in the area anything that seems strange? Because I obviously wouldn't know that there's just been a mind conversation.
Right.
Was there anything that seems
off? You're kind of looking around. Nothing in the environment has suggested that it has anything to do with what Dash is experiencing right now.
Sure. Is there anything missing on Dash's person? Maybe Dash was mugged.
No.
This is very cute.
Okay.
I love imagining that somebody. Imagining somebody able to mug Dash is very funny. Like, who the fuck was that?
I just convinced the man we're fighting aliens. So I'm over here like, I don't know. Okay. Come on. Let's get you inside.
You silly Billy.
Question.
Yes.
To you.
To me or to Dodger?
To you, Brett.
Okay.
Because I was watching Dodger up until we had to convince Mel.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have noticed with my perception her throwing away the phone? Him throwing away the phone.
I think that would have happened. I don't know, because this conversation would have been going on while all that was happening.
Understood.
So I would say your eye of detail would probably suggest, if you were thinking like, hey, he got mugged, right? You're looking around. I would say you would notice he no longer has his phone.
Okay, I'll make a mental note.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get you back inside.
Okay. Yeah, he'll follow Logan.
Okay. You guys will return over to the diner, return to your seat. Mel eating a bunch of bacon. Like a couple of plate of orders of bacon have continuously showed up on the table now.
Oh, you have a face. Sorry, that was a weird way to put that.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Really?
Insensitive, babe.
I know it's fair. But you can make it back. Where's Price?
Price?
Aliphet Price. Toy maker.
Oh.
He died.
What a
Looks
bro.
a hell of
What a bro. Holy shit. He's dead. He's fucking dead, dude.
Yeah. Decides to back that up.
Oh, deception, please.
I would
did.
love
I
to
rolled
back that
it.
up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, Mel, that's you're seeing a real
Yeah, he's dead. He died. I saw him die.
Oh no, very dead.
Yep.
The deadest. Some might
Mary
say.
just puts her
Super
face in
dead.
her hands. I'm so good at this.
Yeah, Mel, you can see they're trying to, and I mean this could be something Mel could piece together, but everyone seems very much trying to they're clearly lying. They're bad at it, which also leads to admit that this crazy shit that's being explained, which is being said for at such purpose, might have some weight, because you clearly see they're not good at lying.
Vaporized. No body to be
Incredible.
found.
Yeah, he blew
Yep.
up.
He's gone,
He was
yep.
making a toy.
Into space. Vaporized. Lost him. Yep.
Went out the
Gone.
airlock on the ship. Yep.
So
The sun
we just said
rays.
he blew up.
Like particles everywhere. No blood. No evidence. Gone.
Red mist.
So-
I can't find anything.
So two,
Right.
yeah, two things that, but also they're clearly trying to protect the man.
Right. Noted. Dead. Sure.
Nice. I got it.
Dash looks at everyone. I think he believed us, guys.
Yeah. Phew, am I right?
Dash just goes fingers crossed behind his back.
Hey guys, I think you bought it, just out loud in front of Mel.
Our new acquainted friend here actually was asking a good question. Where do we go from here? How do we prove what we are doing is true? And also, how do we continue to deflect our enemy?
Above board, what were we gonna do next?
I think we were checking on the manor to see if Mom was there, right?
Well, that's
Right.
so that's what you just did, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So as far as information goes, if you are to pursue Evangeline, that would mean going to Kel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. that would absolutely mean surveying Keld.
Look, I think it's obvious that she's been to Kelt. It's obvious that she's using the people there for something. And even if she's not there, I think we'll find out. We'll get some information by going, right?
Not that I don't disagree, but Dash, are you gonna be fine?
No. But
Truthful.
it's bigger than me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I said I was never going to go back there, but I didn't think that I was going to be involved in trying to stop everyone on the planet from dying, so...
I mean, how can you predict that? Well, if that is our next stop, you just let us know if you need anything, yeah?
Yeah, I will.
I'd like to incite Dash at the mention of stopping everyone from dying, since Dash was outside when the entire conversation was happening. He wouldn't know to really corroborate the story, so he's really trying to gauge.
Of course. Go ahead and roll an insight check. With that check, I would say that just like everyone else, Dash truly believes that this is what is happening. But what is different from everyone else is that Dash has, would you say, like, terror? Like, Dash has, you know, there's a lot of complex emotions going on with Dash, and feel free to correct me, but there's also, because you just spoke to, like, Asmodeus, and he turned into that hulking demon, like, towering over you, would there be fear? Like something is Dash shaken up right now?
He looks rattled, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like sweatier than he was when he was in the restaurant before. Like, he looks like either he was thinking about something or experienced something that has him on edge.
Right.
Yeah, so he might be a little hard to read right now.
Would we just assume as a group that that's because Dash was just told about potentially
That is fair.
entire family death?
Yeah,
That's what Ares assumes.
Well, and that so
Yeah.
so that's like that. Absolutely, like as a group, you guys might be thinking one thing, while Dash is a combination of that and everything that he's been going through. But the emotions check out essentially. You know that he believes that the entire world is going to end, and there is a deep, rattled fear in him right now. So it's very easy to make the conclusion that one has to do with the other, and then as his friends being like, and he just found out that he lost everyone. Like, this is a perfect storm of emotions that could easily deceive, essentially, while still being true. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
These are definitely some technical truths that are happening. Because Dash right now is in it's safe to say, in a very bad place. Would you agree, Dodger?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what your insight would see, Mel. You would see that Dash is being truthful, and Dash is terrified.
Sorry, hearing Joe go, made me imagine Victor being like, I saw something delicious at this table.
I'm getting a little peckish right now. What smells so good?
I gotta go.
Shit. Dash, you smell absolutely delectable. The tummy arms comes out with the mouth.
Yo, wait a minute, wait. I'm brave. I'm a brave boy.
I'm a brave boy. I'm a good boy.
It's out the holy water spray bottle. Bad Victor.
That's great. Anyways, you all are free to continue.
Ares looks at Mel, and she kind of narrows her eyes a little bit. Well, you've heard the plan. Are you in or are you out? We're going to Keld next.
Right, yeah. Just so you're brought up to speed, they've all consented to turning themselves in if, I don't like what I see and I feel like you're all full of shit. You good with that?
Wait, I'm sorry. Who are? Wait a minute. What's going on?
Oh, he's like he's brought too.
And you're trying to arrest us? Why?
He thinks that we murdered everybody back at Victor's mansion when it was his daddy.
Dash, just be a dude and say you agree, and we'll just tell you on the way.
You have a lot to answer for.
He's really adamant about this.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just love the perspective of Dash right now. Where
So much happened, dude.
Well, not only that, he was literally in front of like Satan himself, who's like, yeah, I need you to just sit on the throne so that way the shadow doesn't go crazy on your world. And then this fucking upbeat cop is like,
I'm gonna arrest you.
Yeah, if I don't wagging his finger, if I don't like what I see, you're gonna be in big trouble, mister.
I'm already in big trouble, dude. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man. Jail.
Straight to jail.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say I think Dash like looks around and almost uncharacteristically like coughs out a laugh because yeah, okay, sure.
All right, man. Whatever you say.
Super. All on the same page.
I'm sorry.
We want to like go to a library while we're here in, the capital of the planet and be like, hey, maybe we could research Cosma babies and be like, how did people kill them before?
Sure. I mean, reading material for the flight there would be useful.
Is that something that would even be recorded in history?
I don't know. It's up to the old fucking people who killed the last Cosma babies if they were smart enough to do it or not.
Would I know? Yeah, would I know evidence of this based on the scriptures?
I mean, the scriptures is the evidence for you.
So would I know this?
I mean, yeah.
Would I be like, actually, I'm quite aware of how it all happened?
Yeah. No, that's okay. So let's be clear about this because I know playing D&D, it's very easy to make things about, clear facts, yes and no, truths and falsities, right? Like, absolutely. The problem with history in our world, our real world.
The goblins did it. The goblins killed everyone.
Is that everyone has a different tale. Your tale
the goblins did
is get 5 badass goblins together and they'll take care of it. Like, that is your solution. Your solution is, damn, too bad none of us are a goblin. Like, yeah.
I want to definitely regale the tale from the great scriptures of the pickle.
Yep.
About the 5 warriors of green.
Yep.
Who saved the universe. And yeah, we just need to if only we could just find some goblins.
You just gotta find the goblins. That's it.
You're so stuck on these goblins, Logan.
I'm just saying, you're like 1/8 goblin, aren't you?
I was gonna say, I'm like a little goblin. That counts, right?
Well, then we're halfway there.
When I was younger, it was considered quite a marvel to do the sending spell. Adept mages could do it. Now you have these shard phones that are capable of doing it on a much greater scale. Yes, we could find out how they defeated before, but if this creature has not advanced itself either, perhaps you have modern technologies that will make this thing easily dispatched.
Logan holds up his actual gun.
We didn't have those.
Okay, where do we find them, Victor?
Don't you have like a great, I don't know, disintegration beams? Anything of this sort?
Well, even if we did, we
Not
wouldn't be able to
publicly.
get a hold of them. We'd have to go to the government that's full of fucking aliens.
That's why we steal it, no?
You got a point there.
I'm sorry, if you think for a second that I'm letting any of you get your hands on space baby murdering weapons.
Prove it to Mel first, and then he can aid us in stealing a giant laser.
I mean, we could always just go to the council and be like, sup fuckers, we know you're all aliens. We won't say shit if you help us destroy baby.
Okay, so we could do that. That is something we could do.
That sounds
Shouldn't.
like a disaster.
Terrible plan.
Why haven't any of you come forward? All
We
of
just
you
got
come forward.
here.
They had an entire society which was willing to murder people through, as Logan said, facade. I have no doubt they would look to cover us up.
I must stress, Mel. Please keep up. This one's mother made this child a plant and put you in a tomb.
I'm a plant.
That was a mother. I'm pretty sure we don't know who to trust and in what capacity at this point. I still not sure about you.
You don't have to trust any singular entity. Create the story, put it out there. Any publication that'll take it, see what sticks.
What if exposing them causes them to get defensive and dangerous? And they start taking it out on the public? Not that I care.
Baka.
So what you're saying is your hands are tied.
Quite. Not to mention, you don't believe us. Oh, why would anyone else? That's why we're showing you. And we can't exactly take a whole city with us and do some grand adventure with everyone.
That's a very fine point. In fact, what if your role in this is to help us find concrete evidence so that if we do come across 20 more males, we might be able to actually show them some evidence.
Do we have that goop still back on the ship with Buddy? That we can just be like, look, goop god.
Cut back to the ship and he's smoking it.
No.
Buddy, that was
Buddy.
the evidence.
Dun-dun,
Wah,
dun-dun,
wah. Who could it be but Buddy?
We could take him back to the ship and show him like all the crazy logs of shit that we have and all the crazy adventures if we have them.
But so you have evidence.
I mean, I still got this fucking thing. I still gotta fucking decode this damn message from my dad. I was too distracted yesterday.
The thing is, if they can cover up a giant ooze bursting from a power plant, they could probably cover up any evidence we've gathered so far. We need something more concrete, something that is undeniable.
So I feel like I still haven't caught up yet. He'll shoot a look at Logan. What exactly is their goal? If what you say is true, what are they after? What's their end game?
I think we're in the end game, aren't we? They've already.
Shut up, Joe. Shut up, Joe.
Sorry.
Shut up, Joe.
It's getting so Marvel. I'm sorry.
Logan holds up one finger.
Dash will return in the end game. Anyways, go on.
Sweet. It's okay. I'll re-roll a new character. I mean, from what we understand, they wanted to control the planet. They do, right?
Well, almost. There was like, I think, 1 or 2 senators that weren't.
1, I believe.
1? Okay.
Honestly, we don't know. What we do know is that we're up against a force that is so numerous that we can't trust anyone.
We got 2
Now-
alien issues.
Whether you like it or not, unfortunately, you've been seen with us. And while I'm sure you'd love to go back to the Prots and tell them that you've brought us in, I must stress at this point, I don't think they'll care.
What does
You
that
were
mean?
missing for how long? They could think you've been with us the entire time.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
this
think that'll
bacon
fly.
is so good.
Pat's Dash.
It's all the
mean-
bacon.
I mean, we could introduce you to the last bounty hunter that tried to bring us in.
He's actually a very good friend of mine.
He loves us.
I love him.
Him and his
He's
little
alright.
Oh, that's really
cheeks.
nice.
He's wonderful.
He's smoking all
love
my
that-
Zaza, though!
Yes, it was peanut butter.
No, I left him with some extra. He's probably really high on the ship right
You
now.
didn't tell me! Never mind, not even my friend.
Mel looks at you all, and the expression on his face screams, "How have you survived this long?"
The expression on Logan's face screams back, I don't know.
So library and ship?
We might as well. We're in town. We might as well pick up anything else that we might need on the way too.
We mind stopping
don't-
by the ship first? I want to see if the smarter one of the two of us is awake before you go to the library. My brain is deficient.
Yes, and I'd like to talk to Buddy about that Zaza.
You're not gonna get high and then go to the library.
That's the best time!
I guess you
The
could
books speak to you.
Yeah, that's you're so right. Let's do that. I want some too.
All right. So, as far as the library plan goes, I'll have you guys check out some books, specifically on the Cosma topics, something that you'd be able to check out while you are flying over to Keld. Obviously, we still have Hellebore, who needs to interact with Piper. But as far as the library is concerned, I kind of want to fast forward through that part, since a lot of that is just going to be research and checking out the books that you need. So for that, I will ask everyone to give me a general intelligence check.
I'm great at
Forbidden
those.
check.
Haha.
Uh-oh. The Moon Blaster!
The Moon Blaster!
is that actually Victor's one?
I rolled the same as the Moon Blaster, dude.
What the hell? Okay, hold on one second.
Yes!
That sounds like it's mine, because I've...
Oh, that is yours. That is yours. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll again.
Okay.
The Moon Blaster. There it is, 13. Ooh, Logan. Logan knows what he's looking for. Okay. We will take the 21 as all of you were able to find a certain number of books. And as you guys are making passage in the future, I will let you in on some information that you will have found. This may, or may not, provide assistance to you in the upcoming battles. But of course, at the same time, you won't really know until you get there. The entire landscape may have completely changed. And these are different entities of Cosma, so they might not even share the same characteristics as the one that was fought over 1,000 years ago. But I will say that you have found a suitable amount of information. So we will definitely discuss that at a later time.
Wow.
And is this...
Yes?
Is this information that we need to know, like... Or is it just when the time comes, we'll have it?
When the time comes.
Great. Okay.
And when you guys are traveling between, I'll let you in on some more Cosmo lore from what you have gathered. And then I will let you know how this information may assist you once that time comes. Since you guys have made the effort to essentially, go to the library and be like, let's learn a bit about our enemy. So that was good on your part. Yes.
Can I ask? I want to ask you.
Please.
Did my knowledge of the Pickle religion help with my role? And am I proven correct by that truthful and very real religion?
Okay, so now we get into what would Logan do? Because Logan...
Yeah, what did I do?
Yeah, so here's... This is actually some good back and forth. So, because of your confidence and knowledge already from the Pickle religion of Cosma, you already had the keynotes and the things that you knew what to look for, which made finding the information easier for you. So you definitely found documentation written in Gobbish, essentially, about the legend of Cosma and everything that happened within that fight. But you would have...
Okay.
But hold on. This is where it gets really important, though. You would have also found other information that tells a different tale. That, true, still gives credit to the goblins, but not in such a grand fanfare as you were told before. That the goblins were merely part of the story, not the complete version of it. Now, the question I have for you, Mr. Logan, is... Would you take that information with you to share for the rest of the party, or would Logan dismiss it as, well, that's not what happened, and not bring it on the ship?
Oh, no. Logan's not religious. He would take all the information.
Okay, cool, awesome.
His wife was religious.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. Is Logan like, info's info, we're gonna take it, or does like personal bias kind of sway the information he takes in? So if he's taking everything, then yeah. So I will say that the 21 roll signifies that since you already had knowledge of it from your wife, you kind of knew the things that you were looking for, and potentially are going to learn some more information that you weren't taught from the Pickle manuscripts.
Sure, yeah. While Logan would relish the information about the Pickle religion,
yes.
This additional information was a sour dill to swallow, but he still did it.
Yeah.
And he will give that information back to everyone else.
hate you.
It still puts the goblins in a positive light. I will say that. It definitely still makes the goblins, a part of the fight. But it is not as grand as the stories were told by the pickle religion.
Did you say a sour dill to swallow?
That's what I said, and you know what? I've been enjoying. I've been smiling like a goof over here the entire time.
I just let it fly by. I heard it, and I was like,
Well, he would relish sourdough. Come on now, that's grade A.
That was grade A comedy, man.
I would tell everyone exactly what I would learned and give them the information. Yeah.
Cool. And so this is also information you're going to be able to break down on the ship on your way to Keld once you do arrive there. Okay. So, library, check. That's kind of skipped ahead. You may have done that before or after you got Piper. The question I need to ask is to Dash, specifically about the amulet.
Yeah.
What's Dash's plan?
I think
does he
Dash,
have one?
He's a good boy. I think he would literally just, when he had a moment with Hellebore, probably before Piper woke up.
Yes. Feel free to do that right now, by the way, as you guys maybe are walking over to the ship, perhaps in a small corner while Hellebore's getting the nerves to talk to his brother. Yeah, feel free. I will leave that to the two of you.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, yes.
Then, the amulet that you guys were wearing?
Yeah.
If I thought that I could maybe use it to, I talked to Asmodeus.
Holy
You
shit.
what?
Yeah, and you can't be mad at me because you guys have done stuff without telling me before. So, okay. Look, he thinks he can help me be stronger, but I need the amulet.
Is it about the stupid throne thing again?
It's not about the throne. It's about being able to actually do something about this situation.
You don't think you're strong enough already?
No, I'm not. Strong enough to deal with that? Points at baby in the sky? We're dealing with somebody that was able to charm an entire city of people. Like, I don't know what to do about that. But he might be able to help me.
I was like, Summer thinking.
Alright, listen, I know I'm the fun, haha, wacky, crazy one who's like, ooh, let's use dark magic and ooh, creepy amulet. But I'm also the one that's like, that guy's a devil or demon or whatever he is. And I'm like, is that gonna bite us in the butt? I don't... You know?
It's already where I'm getting my power from.
Yeah, but I don't want him to, like, over-soup you and then you're goop soup.
He doesn't want me dead. He wants me to do a thing for him down the line.
You do.
It's a bridge to cross later. It's
a bridge to cross now. What does he want you to do?
No, it's not. Because if we can't deal with this, then there's no throne. There's no any of this. Please. If you want to talk about it with Piper, I get that. I'm not trying to pull a fast one or anything. I don't want to lie to either of you, so.
Honestly, I'd rather you just have it explain it to him. Like,
I will, yeah.
I'm down for you to have it if you think it's what's absolutely best. But it could also be more useful in other ways at the moment. And because I heard thoughts and Piper said that he wanted to use it for something, so you get to explain to him why your reasoning is better.
Okay. That's fair. I will.
Good luck with that one. He's crazy. I'm the crazy one. He's crazy. He pats Dash's back like he's gonna need it.
All right. Well, the Hellebore Piper reunion will have to wait until the next episode of Deadbeats. I need to wrap up for now before the fireworks start going off, so we can keep our animals nice and calm. Because
My neighbor just set off 2 of them during the day,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah,
upset
we
about
heard
it.
some too.
I literally have a neighbor who, when I went out to take the trash, was like, "Hey man, how's it going? Just let you know, gonna go crazy for 4th of July. Just wanted to let
Oh
you
my
know."
God.
And I'm like, "You got it, man." So
I can already hear my dog having a panic attack in the
Yeah.
other room. So,
Oh, baby.
yeah.
So I don't want to wait too long on that. I kind of want to be with the aminals, but
It's Tend to Animals Day.
yeah. So but I think that's a good spot to wrap up because it lets you guys we'll see what's going on with Piper back on the ship. Maybe even go over some information that you may have discovered about Cosma from the books that you were able to obtain. But yeah, we will not be here next week. But on the 18th, we will be back as long as everyone's good that date. Does that sound good with you guys? Our Bingo Duck is not around today because it is the 4th of July, so it is a time for family. So that is where we will wrap up today. So guys, thank you so much. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you guys on the 18th, okay?
Bye.
Yay.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
one. Bye, guys.